So I'm playing as Sich, and the situation is that a large Slanesh force came in and took my most minor of minor settlements, and then camped there. So I built up an army capable of facing it in theory, and I laid siege, and they're sortieing against us. So I'm trying to use Kairos Fate Weaver to inflict some damage from a distance and work out on their cavalry, and just work my way through this because I don't know what they can do. I have not played against a pure Slanesh faction before. And I only tried Zinch very, very briefly before. So I have 5 Marauders of Zinch here. I have a bunch of pink horrors and blue horrors here. But you see that this is on my right flank. This is on my left flank. So I'm funneling them into my spear line and against anything over here that has, well, they have to come and deal with my missile forces. So they sent in this Chaos Force Sorcerer first. I know that Kairos is not there to be duking it out, but he flies, and showing up is a large part of the job when you're a general of these sorts of factions. I'm basically playing this a lot like I would play Empire. So here's my honorary Karl Franz, except for the past spells, or, you know, Balthasar Gelt. I don't want him to be tar-pitted, and the Blue Hordes are just going to try and fend these guys off. I have Chaos Furies. I'm trying to find a use for them. But basically, my main thing here is I want to isolate things that try to come into the back line. I do have a cultist. He's therefore bringing the fire. But I don't think he had very much to bring in this battle. I mean, this is early in the campaign. These guys are not nearly as well equipped as they're going to get for magical combat. That Chaos Sorcerer isn't going to last too much longer, but the hero was one thing, going after the actual Lord was another. Now here I have a good pit of stuff. I did try to send my Chaos Furies in, but there was just too much stuff. And overall, I just tried to get my Exalted Flamer separated from melee combat after a while, and just, you know, there's a lot of blob stuff here, but the blue horrors are just, well, somewhat holding it off. Trying to keep the pink horrors to where they can actually do something useful. I had the starting Chaos Knights, and they're just trying to beat things up. Honestly, it's a pretty rough situation. But I knew this was going to be a very tough battle early on, and I really had no choice but to take this on. And just, even if I lost, I had to inflict massive, massive, grievous damage. And I'm certainly working on it. Because it's not like they're really getting Kairos. Just trying to bide my time somehow and make it so I can... Well, here I have this Exalted Flamer and firing into this area, and then having some magic to it. And that's helpful. Even though that this is not where I want big horrors. I mean, everything's expendable here except arguably my cultist. Yeah, Kairos doesn't want to be dueling the enemy lord if at all possible, so I try to get him out of there. And I create another situation where I have just a lot of stuff chasing my single entity unit. So what do I do in this situation? Well, I send a flamer in. Oh, looky here! I send a burning head. That helps. And I finally get Kairos up in the air again. And I have the pink horrors firing into this semi-blob. I actually burned some of my own blue horrors, but okay, whatever. So now I have my flamer in some trouble. But this blob is just getting chewed up. I actually managed to circle these Chaos Knights around and have them start hitting me there. But I didn't want them to stick around at all. I wanted them to charge back into these devoted marauders. Well, whatever, just hit stuff from the rear. And here I had the enemy lord down enough that I could just finish them off. So yeah, that was not exactly an easy battle. I killed off the Lord. I did not completely wipe the enemy force, because that was a sortie from their stuff, and certain enemy units were actually human devotees of Slaanesh. So they didn't just evaporate like demons. But that's not a problem. And here I was just doing what I could and getting a little extra damage. I could have let these knights do more, but I figured that would skew the results, so I wanted to stop it here and get a look at my end screen and just see how much stuff the damage was. That burning head did a lot of damage. The exalted flamer, that's quite some good performance. The knights did pretty good. These blue, okay, these are the pink horrors. Yeah, some of them overperformed, some of them just died. The blue horrors actually, their sacrifice was noble for demons. And not surprisingly, the enemy lord got a lot of kills. So, that's how it worked out. Take care, have fun.